The notion of swarm in architecture is becoming very popular recently because it provides designers with a very handy conception of monads that are interconnected and can produce global behaviors. In most cases we know this notion is applied with a technical approach, omitting the fact that architecture is a social event, that architecture is a social catalyst of collective behaviors. So what we propose here is to insert a critique in that notion of swarm, but also proposing a theoretical shift from the notion of swarm to that of multitude that is near and enriches the notion of swarm. The field we are working is the field of connected localities, is in a most theoretical field of digital regionalism, and the particular interest that we are, design interest we're in, is that of swarm microarchitectures, meaning by that there are activities, architectural activities, that we use to hold up in one single building, and that now we propose to have disseminated in the urban space, that connect networks of those activities that are interrelated and that are in the urban fabric. It's an idea that we use to work in the National Technical University of Athens. In fact, I started several years ago, and now it's building up. It was in the last course of postgraduate lessons, and it's going to continue the next years. Although there is no centralized structure of control, we can see that the monads interacting between them can produce huge big behaviors much greater than their own capacity. The idea of relating swarms to microarchitecture, meaning that to produce a design of swarm microarchitecture, is the following. Having dispersed in space, small spaces, microarchitecture, having a relation with their environment and connected between them to produce a much huge event, not only in the urban fabric, but in the space in general. This is a position that, first of all, is against the huge intervention in the urban fabric. Secondly, it's a process permitting to the localities to participate in a more global event, an event that is flexible and that can change its purpose and intention. The problem with the swarm concept is that, in fact, we can see in most of its applications that swarm is a technical concept, and the treatment of the object is a treatment in traditional sense. The object is there, it is dispersed, but it is the necessity, we have the necessity to have a global control designed before. So, in swarm logic, in the traditional swarm logic, we see, in fact, a top-down design functioning or hoping to function as a bottom-up activity. To cope with that, we have to focus on the monad and search not its identity, but its singularity. Conceive every monad as a space of tension and as an intensive space, and see that it could have a changing identity in time, a changing purpose in time, a changing intention in time, and the cooperation with the other monads could always produce a common space of interest that also will change in time. Do we seek with that an architecture slightly out of control? Maybe this is the utopian theme related to the unbuilt, because everything is suspended and everything is upon the will of the local behaviors, of the local strategies, and the will to hold things together. In political terms, this kind of approach, or the multitude approach, we have two main problems. One problem is the problem to see an activity leading the whole thing, meaning that through multitude we have finally a leader and no flexibility. And the other, extreme opposite of that, is that it sees the activity because everybody does what he wants with no common goal, common point. We could find out 3 points concerning the relation of the swarm or swarm microarchitecture logic to that of the unbuilt. The first one is the unbuilt as a limit, related to the utopia. Can we have swarm microarchitectures now in the city, or is it a novel utopia concerning the urban fabric? The second theme is the unbuilt as a promise of continuous transformation, and I think that swarm microarchitectures could promote a notion of continuous intervention in the city. And the third point, of course, is the unbuilt in its pejorative sense, meaning that to hold together all the small points, all the small monads, all the small localities, to produce a common space, a common goal, a common purpose, we have, of course, to have a digital structure, an unbuilt structure, holding them together, and without that structure, this cannot be done.